everyone, so today I want to show you how I made this card. Now this is a 5x7 double box front shadow box card. So that's what it looks like from the top, and that's what it looks like from the front. Now you can't really, because my lighting's not great, you can't really see inside. Hello Pepsi. But hopefully, yes, hello. But hopefully on the photos you'll be able to see better the butterfly in the back there. You can sort of see in there. But yeah, so this folds down and fits in an envelope for 5x7 card. So all you do is these go in like this, and then that folds flat like that. Okay, and that goes in an envelope. It is quite chunky because I've used quite thick, the amount of like thick card I've used. You're better off using thinner mats and thinner pattern papers, and then that way you're not going to have that chunk. The base that I've used for this is about 200 GSM. The papers were 200 GSM, and the card mat was probably about a 220 GSM, I would say, approximately. The papers that I've used for this was out of a Craft Sensation pad that I've had a long time. And then these flowers and these butterflies are from Antonio Makes. This is from his Bubbly Butterflies kit, and these are from his Happy Haberdashery kit. And again, there's more inside. You can't really, I don't know if you can really see. No, you can't really see it. I'll try and take photos of it so you can see it on the photos. I've put some more flowers on the inside there. You can sort of see them. And a big butterfly at the back there. But yeah, and the backing card was the matte card, not the matte card, the base card. I'll get it right in a minute. The base card was again a pack of coloured card that I had from the range a while ago. But yeah, and you got space on the back to write. I haven't put a message on the back there, but you can have one. So yeah, so that's what it looks like. So let's get into it. Okay, so you're going to need a few bits and bobs. This is going to be done slightly differently to the way we did the 5x7 Box Front Gatefold card. So I've called this one a double bay shadow box fold card. So you need two pieces that are 7x10 and one piece that's 5x7. Okay, so on the two pieces that are 7x10, we need to score them. So we're going to score along the 10-inch edge, and we're going to score at 1/2 inch, 1.5 inches, 2.5 inches, and 3.5 inches. And then we're going to score at 6.5 inches, 7.5 inches, 8.5 inches, and 9.5 inches. And we're going to do exactly the same on the other one. Okay, so we're left with these two pieces like this. Now I'm going to fold one of them up. I'm not going to fold the other one because we're going to die cut a window out of the other one. So this one is going to be the back piece, but with both of them the folds are the same. So you're going to go with I'm going to start with the middle and work my way out because I find that easier. So the middle one, this one here, is going to be a mountain fold. Then we're going to have a valley. And I'm just turning it round lots because I'm working from the right. I'm right-handed. It's easier. But I just want to line this edge up along the other one. So then we've got two mountains. So you end up with a mountain, mountain, valley, mountain. Okay, and then the same on this side, but I'll turn it round so I'm doing exactly the same again. So this is a mountain here, and this one here is a mountain. Okay, so that's one side. So you've got mountain, 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 valley, mountain. And we're going to do the same on this side. So it starts with a mountain in the middle. I'm a bit cat-handed today, so you have to bear with me. Then we want a valley. Then we want a mountain and a mountain. Okay. So you should end up with that. So mountain, mountain, valley, mountain, mountain, valley, mountain, mountain. Okay, so two mountains, a valley, two mountains, a valley, two mountains. So that's one piece done. Now, we also need to do exactly the same on the other piece. However, I think, actually no, let's fold it first. We'll fold it first, then we'll cut the window out. So we're going to do the same again on this one. Okay, so you should end up with two pieces. Both of them look like that. Okay, so there's one, there's the other. So we're just going to use one of them for now. And we're going to cut a window at the front. But what I want to do is I want to have a bit of a border. So in order to have a border, I'm going to stick a pattern onto a matte piece. And then I'm going to cut an oval out of that. And then I'm going to lay it on here and then cut a slightly smaller oval out of the middle of this. So you get a green border around the outside. Okay, now I could do it with a gold border as well, but I'm just not going to go down that road. So you are going to need in total, because you've got one on the front here. Let me bring my prototype in so you can see. You're going to have one on the front, you're going to have one here, and you're going to have one here. So because of that, you need 3 matte pieces that are 2 7/8 by 6 7/8, 2 pattern pieces that are 2 3/4 by 6 3/4, and a white piece that is 2 3/4 by 6 3/4, which will go on the back and you will have your message on it. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick down this pattern onto this mat, and then we're going to die cut it, and then we'll sort out the window. And also you need to make sure that when you're sticking them down, you don't just put tape around the outside. You want to tape or glue the whole panel, because you're going to cut a window out of it, so you don't want flappy bits. Okay, so just make sure you glue the whole thing. So I've got tape here, tape here, tape here. Different kinds of tape, but it's still completely taped. And the same with my matte panel. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick them down. Okay, so there's my pattern and matte panel. Haven't stuck it on the straightest of straights, but anyway, whatever. So now we're going to go ahead and cut this oval out. Now it might well be that I completely go almost and cut the panel in half, but if that's what happens, that's what happens. So I'm going to go ahead now and cut out this middle oval. So as you can see, it doesn't look like it's cut out, but actually when you start to peel it, it has cut through the card. It just hasn't cut through the tape backing. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut through that area. Hopefully you won't have this problem. Okay, now as you probably can see, I've got a very, very, very thin border there. But that's just what I've got, so tough bananas. So now we're going to take this, I'm going to put this on here, lay it down. I'm not going to stick it down just yet. Let me take that in a second. I'm not going to put it on just yet because I want to die cut out of the front panel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay this on the front, take this straight into place. Move this out of the way, and then I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. Okay, so that's cut through. Now obviously if you haven't got a die cutting machine, you don't have dies, you can do it by hand. Just draw yourself you can even do a rectangle, whatever you want, so you don't have to have a die cutting machine. It's just easier. And also if you do have a die cutting machine, then you will need an A4 machine, because this is not going to be wide enough. Your Cuttlebug or your I've got a big shot, but it's just an A5 one. It's not going to be big enough to put this through, so just a little note of warning there. Okay, so we've done that. So now we're going to bring back our panel in, and hopefully, oh, let's turn it around this way around. Hopefully it should fit. Yeah, it does. I just need to watch this edge, because of, it's a bit of a wonky border. It's not too bad, but it's a little bit wonky. But anyway, it's what we've got. So we're going to go ahead and stick that down. Let me just turn this around. I don't know why I need to turn it around, but I do. Right, I'm going to go ahead and stick this pattern panel down. Okay, so that hasn't turned out the best, but it's fine. It's amazing when you put together what a few butterflies can do. So we are going to be covering stuff up. I don't know quite, I shouldn't have cut it quite so far out, but I want a reasonable oval, otherwise you can't see in. So anyway, never mind, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So what we're going to do next is we are going to have to cut out the middle one. So this is the middle panel. So this is your 5x7 piece. Now on here again you need a pattern piece, and your pattern piece is, we need a mat that is 4 7/8 by 6 7/8 and a pattern that's 4 3/4 by 6 3/4. And what I'm going to do on this, I've already stuck my mat and my oh, I haven't already stuck my mat and pattern together. Okay, so what I'm going to do on this then is I'm going to cut through on, well, I'm tempted to stick these two together and die cut that as one, and then just add it onto here and die cut that. I think I might do that. Yeah, so let's go for it and stick the pattern onto the mat and die cut that together, and then lay the whole thing down, work out where the die goes, and then cut through this. Okay, so I've stuck my pattern and onto my mat. I taped all the back of it, and now I'm going to go ahead and die cut my oval out of here. I'm not going to bother with a green border because last time I tried it didn't work out very well. So we're just going to whack this straight on and die cut it out. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've cut this oval out. Just going to very carefully peel this off, and then as with the other one, hasn't quite cut through the backing. Oh, it has sort of, you know, it hasn't quite cut through. So I'm just going to go ahead, cut what I can, and then I'll just use scissors to finish off the last little bit. Okay, so that's your middle frame. So now we're going to do the same again on this one. If I wanted to, I could cut through, I could cut a small, in fact I might cut a slightly smaller one on the inside. It's just getting the frame. Actually, let's not bother. Let's not go down that road. It didn't really work out that well with the last time. So what I'm going to do is just going to lay the die I've just used, I'm going to lay it back into its little hole. And in fact, see, some dies have a little bit of a lip, but this doesn't. So what I'm going to do is literally going to draw around the middle here. Take this off, remove this out of the way, place this back on, and because it's in the middle of my die, because I've drawn around the middle of it, not just the middle of the actual die cut hole, it means then that I can lay that on pretty much exactly where it's going to be. So hopefully we won't have any problems. So let's stick this onto here, and I'm going to run this through my die cutting machine. Okay, so we've cut that out, so that's your hole there, and then this should hopefully match up nicely. Yeah, wonderful. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick this onto there. Okay, so you end up with that. So we're going to bring our front piece and our back piece in. Now this piece we need to turn around, and on the inside here we need to stick that other pattern panel that we had. So that's going to go on there like that. Okay, so once you've stuck your panel down, it looks like that. And now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead now and add some tape. And we're going to add tape to here and to here on this back panel. And we need to use red tape for this. So you can see I've added tape there and I've added tape there. Now you don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm just going to mitre this edge just a little bit because this is going to be our tab. So I am going to mitre the corners just a little bit. So that's that one done, and then we need to do the same thing on this one, but this time, turn it over, we want to put the tape on the inside, not on the outside piece. Okay, so that's the inside. So now what we want to do is we're going to take our centerpiece, I need to go that way around, our centerpiece, and what's going to happen is if we turn this over, we want this to stick on the other side of that, like that. Okay, so I'm going to take off a little bit of the backing there, and I'm going to run this down. I'm just going to make sure that definitely folds, you know, it kind of goes right into that crease there. And you need to make sure it's central, top and bottom. Wet glue would probably be preferable for this actually, but anyway, for the purposes of the video, I kind of want it to stick straight away. And so then we're just gonna, I'm just gonna turn this over and take all this off, and then we're gonna make sure that sticks in, and I've gone and stuck it. This is what you shouldn't do, you see. Oh dear, okay, see, it's messing it up. Okay, fine. Well, anyway, mine's not quite in that crease, mine's wonky, but that's kind of where it needs to be. And then what you want to do, so you want to fold this down, fold that back like that. Okay, so if I do it from the top view, so that's flat. You're folding that back on itself. You're going to fold this, do the exact same on this side like that. If you turn it over, this then needs to fold over here. Now, because I have knocked this one out, this now doesn't fit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to trim this piece slightly. Now, hopefully, if you do yours nicely, unlike mine, then you won't have this issue. But because I haven't quite done mine properly, when I stuck the other side, it's then thrown this side out, which is annoying, but this is what happens sometimes. Okay, so I've taken a bit off. My border's messed up now, but you know, it's whatever. This is the price you pay for not measuring this up properly. You might want to make your back panel just slightly smaller than 5 by 7. You might want to make it 4 7/8 wide by 7, and then alter your mat and your patterns accordingly. You might want to do that just to, you know, not end up with the problem I've just had. So we're going to flatten that bit there, fold down the valley, then this side, fold down the valley, and then flat on that side, turn the whole thing over, and then that should, yep, hooray, that should then nicely sit and wrap around there like that. It might be preferable to not do it the way I did it the first time out. So, you know, on this side here, the way I did that, you might find it better to slot this piece in with everything folded flat and just fold your flaps around. That might be a better option, maybe. Anyway, so that's your front piece done. So then that will open up like that. So that's basically the box front card that we did before, but obviously you've got this aperture through the middle. So then what we're going to do is we're going to stick the back on. Now, I think for the back, what we'll do is if we fold down this front bit flat, and then do the same again for this one, and fold it flat and fold it and stick it on. So let me just make sure I've got the right way up. Yep, I have. Okay, well, actually have I? Let me have a quick look. Yep, I have. Okay. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to take this one. That's the right way up. If I turn it over, and again, treat this as if it's the front. So that folds in, that folds out, that folds flat. This flap folds over like that, and it's going to stick directly onto there like that. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and stick that one down, and then do the same on the other side. If you want, you could stick them both at the same time. I might just fold them both in and fold them like that. There we go. And then I know what's level. So let's just get this leveled like that. Stick that bit down there, and then I'm going to peel this bit off and stick this bit down here. Like that. Okay, so I've stuck that down, and then if I turn it over and open it up and just pop it out into the how it should be, so it should be like that and like that. It does need a bit of fluffing, this card does, but if you're giving it to somebody, you might want to send somebody you know hand deliver it so that you can at least show them. So that's the front of it, like that. That's the top view. Okay, and then we just need to decorate all these panels. So, and also the back as well. So what you will need is, now it really depends on you what you want to decorate and how much you want to decorate. So I decided on mine that I was going to decorate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 12 in total, 12 panels, 12 panels. So if you want to do that, you will need 12 panels of matte card that are 7/8 by 6 7/8 and 12 pattern panels that are 3/4 by 6 3/4. Okay, if you want to, you might just want to do the 2 sides, so 2, 4, and then maybe these 2, 5, 6, and you might want to leave the rest. Okay, so if you want to do that, or you might want to do the 2 fronts, the sides, and then maybe these bits here and leave these 2. So it's really up to you what you want to do, but that's the measurements and that's how many you want to do. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick all my pieces down where I want them to be stuck. Okay, so once you finish, you should end up with this. So you've all decorated as much or as little as you want. So this is like the maximum amount of decorating you can do. And then on the back here, you're going to stick your matte and plain panel that I mentioned earlier. That's going to go on the back. If you want to stamp a greeting, now's the time to do it. I don't really know what my greeting is going to be yet, so I'm going to leave it blank for the moment. So I'm just going to go ahead and stick that down. So there's your back section for writing on. And all we need to do is just need to add some butterflies and bits and bobs on. So I'm using these butterflies and these flowers. The butterflies are from Antonio Makes, from his Bubbly Butterflies collection. And these flowers are from his Happy Haberdashery collection. So these are the digital kits. If you go over to antoniomakes.com, put in Louise 10, I'll put the code and everything in the description below. You get 10% off your order, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can order them. As long as you've got a printer and as long as you've got access to the internet, you can go ahead and purchase them. He's got a £5 minimum charge just because of like PayPal and website and all the usual fees you have to do. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead now and just decorate this up. So I will come back to you in a minute when I'm done. Okay, so I've added a few flowers and a few butterflies and things. As you can see, you probably can't see in the middle very well. On the photos, hopefully you'll be able to see better, but there is a butterfly in the middle there. But you can't really see it because it's quite dark. I don't know if you can see. In real life, I can see the butterfly in the back there. But anyway, but yeah, so that's that. So what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd put a greeting going across this middle bit here. So I've actually just cut a tiny bit of acetate out, just a little strip. Tiny little strip, put red tape either side, and I'm just going to tuck that in, and that's going to go at the back here behind that window, and then I'm going to stick the celebrate your special day on. So I'm going to do that now. Okay, so there you go, there's the finished card. So you can see I've just put the celebrate your special day sentiment on it. So yeah, so that's the end of that. So it is a bit involved. It isn't the easiest card to make, but it is a bit of a showstopper. It's quite nice. I like it because it obviously folds flat, which I showed you at the beginning. So yeah, so hope you liked it. It's a little natural progression on from the Box Front Gatefold card that we did. So yeah, have a go. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below, and we will see you later. Bye.